So we just got some news from Meta that they're cutting 11,000 employees, laying off 11,000 employees, roughly 13% of their workforce. And this comes after Meta has lost a ton of money. Well, I guess technically they're not unprofitable, but their margins have come down, their earnings have come down, and Mark Zuckerberg and the whole company, I mean, the stock's down 80%. Everybody has been under pressure. So Mark Zuckerberg has finally stepped up to the plate, not saying that laying off people is good, but at the end of the day, it's business at the end of the day, right? And laying off employees is part of business, especially when you're losing a ton of money. Well, again, they're not unprofitable, but their margins, a lot has been going wrong with their company. So we're going to break this down in this video, guys. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, and let's just get into it. And by the way, if you want some free money, $10 plus up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and 12 stocks from Webull, linked right down below. Let's dive into it. So Mark Zuckerberg, in a letter today, said that I'm sharing some of the most difficult changes that we've made in Meta's history. He said in the letter, I've decided to reduce the size of our team by about 13% and let more than 11,000 of our talented employees go. And we're also taking a number of additional steps to become a leaner and more efficient company by cutting discretionary spending and extending our hiring freeze through Q1. So you guys know, again, margins have been coming down. Earnings have been under pressure because Mark Zuckerberg, the majority owner of Meta, I think he owns 7%, something like that. He has been hell-bent on this metaverse, and a lot of people are not in agreement with that, and he's been spending a ton of money hand over fist, and again, that's been hurting the margins. The profits have come down, and the stock is down it was at one point almost 80%, or maybe it was down about 70%, something like that. So clearly shareholders are losing faith in Mark Zuckerberg. They're dumping the stock. They don't agree with the vision of the company. And Mark Zuckerberg's now finally coming to his senses, and he's like, okay, maybe we should slow down a little bit. Maybe not necessarily slow down, but cut back in other areas where maybe we're overspending. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now. Again, he's cutting 13% of the workforce, 11,000 jobs. And this is a very good sign for shareholders, I would say, because it shows to them that, okay, he cares about the profitability in the short term. He doesn't want to just completely blow the whole company up on the metaverse. He wants to cut back a little bit. And we're going to get deeper into that in this video. So if you didn't know, the company's costs and expenses jumped 19% year over year in the third quarter to $22.1 billion. And the company's overall sales declined 4% to $27.71 billion in the quarter, while its operating income dropped 46% from the previous year to $5.66 billion. So again, these numbers are not looking good. And he also said here, quote, I want to take accountability for these decisions and for how we got here. I know this is tough for everyone, and I'm especially sorry to those impacted, talking to, obviously, the employees that he had to lay off, right? And Zuckerberg said during a call with analysts as part of its third quarter earnings report that Meta plans to, quote, focus our investments on a small number of high-priority growth areas during the next year, and that means some teams will grow meaningfully, so he's still obviously investing money in different segments, certain segments of the business, right? But most other teams will stay flat or shrink. So there's certain teams that are going to grow meaningfully. Most will stay flat or shrink over the next year. And he said, in aggregate, we expect to end 2023 as either roughly the same size as right now or even slightly smaller. So he's actually, again, trying to decrease the number of employees, become a bit of a leaner business, which, again, investors, shareholders, traders, whatever you want to call them, are liking this news. It's kind of a sigh of relief rally here for Meta. And you can see the stock after these earnings. I mean, forget about after the earnings. Before the earnings, the stock was at $142. After the earnings, it got down to $88 in just a matter of 8 days. That's 40%, guys. If Mark Zuckerberg didn't come out and say something like this, he would be a fool. I'm not going to lie. As the CEO of a company, he'd be an idiot. He had to come out. He had to come do something. He had to stop the bleeding. He had to throw the shareholders a bone, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. He had to come do this, and he did it, finally. And now does this mean the stock's going to go all the way to all-time highs again tomorrow or even back to 140, the mid-hundreds in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks? That's probably not going to happen, guys, in my opinion. For all we know, we could go back under 100 at this point. Who knows with this market that we're in right now? And mind you, the overall markets today, when I'm filming this video at about 10:45 a.m., they're all in the red. The Russell's down 1.3, S&P's down 1%, the Dow's down 0.9, Nasdaq's down 1.2. So who knows? With CPI data coming out, anything could happen. But all I know is that in the short term, this is what shareholders wanted to see, and hopefully it will impact their bottom line here over the next couple of quarters. We'll see how this materializes, throughout the course of 2023. But overall, guys, and it's been, it's what's it called? Meta is more not a speculative. It's not speculative, I'd say personally for me. It's more of a controversial position. That's the word. It's a controversial position, but for me, guys, I'm holding on to it. I'm holding through 2023, and let's just see how it works out. I just bought more, after these earnings. I think in the middle 90s, something like that. Now we're at 102. Do I plan on buying more here over 100? Not right now. But who knows? If it maybe holds 100, goes back to 90 or back to the 80s, I'll probably buy more Meta. But right now, I'm just holding on. And again, this is good news for the shareholders in the short term. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Seriously, I'd love to know what you guys think about this. Do you own Meta? Do you not own it? Are you planning on buying it now that we got a little bit finally some words from Zuckerberg about this, actually taking some action? What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's see some other stocks very quickly before I wrap the video up. Tesla's down on the day, 1.4%, starting to get down to those lows that actually might have, the lows from yesterday were 186. We're now at 188. We're getting pretty dang close to those lows, guys, and this looks like it wants to go to the low 180s again. And like I said in previous videos, if Tesla breaks 180 here on the 3-year chart, that right shoulder is really going to start gaining some steam down towards maybe even, $160, $150. That is totally possible here on Tesla. And I think we had a couple other companies that I had on the list here. I made a video on Patreon this morning. If you guys want to get exclusive morning videos, call outs, all the, all alerts, that's on Patreon. All those are on Patreon. Link down below. Feel free to join that if you guys are interested. Roblox reported. We covered that there this morning, and this thing is down 13%. What else reported today? We had Trade Desk, which last I checked, it was up. Now it's down. Not surprised. Wendy's reported today. This is up a little bit. I think Fiverr was up a bunch, which heading into the report, it was down 90% from all-time highs. So these earnings would have had to have been awful for this stock to continue coming down. And I think they did beat. Yeah, they double beat. And guidance was pretty good, pretty much right in line for the next quarter and for full year here on Fiverr. So yeah, those are a couple of stocks I'm watching today, guys. But really, I'm keeping a close eye on Meta and just in general getting ready for this CPI report. So what do you think, guys? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't gotten your $10 plus up to 15 stocks from Moomoo, use that link down below. Deposit at least $100. And again, you get those free stocks. And you could also get 12 stocks from Webull. Link down below with any amount deposited. I'll catch you all, with that being said, in the next video. Thanks for watching as always, guys. Peace out.